Imagine yourself tonight lying in your bed, the world outside quiet and still. This is not just another night. This is the night where you will speak to the unseen, to the infinite intelligence that governs all things, and you will plant a seed so powerful that it cannot help but respond. You will speak with conviction, not with doubt. For the universe does not hear whispers of uncertainty. It hears only the words of absolute knowing. Close your eyes and say to yourself, in the quiet of your heart, I am now the possessor of abundance. Wealth flows to me effortlessly. Every door opens for me. Everything I desire is already mine. Say it as if it is not a hope, not a wish, but an undeniable fact. Feel it with every fiber of your being. Let the warmth of certainty rise through you. Let it sink into every cell until your body knows that your words are reality. Do not imagine struggle. Do not imagine waiting. Do not imagine asking. You are already receiving. Let the sense of having what you want consume you. Let it be your last thought before sleep. As you drift into slumber, your mind, your imagination, your very consciousness carries this reality to the creative power that shapes all things. In this state, the universe has no choice but to respond. It cannot deny the command you have given it in the form of belief. You will wake tomorrow not to a world unchanged, but to a world conspiring in your favor, to opportunities you could not have foreseen, to doors you did not even know existed, all aligning to the statement you made before sleep. Do not question the how, do not question the when. The universe works with precision that exceeds human comprehension. Your task is only to feel, to know, to declare. Picture the wealth you desire, the numbers in your account, the projects succeeding beyond expectation, the life you live without limitation. Feel gratitude for it as though it is already in your possession. Gratitude is the fuel that accelerates manifestation. It converts your thought into tangible reality. Let every exhale be a release of resistance, every inhale a deeper immersion into certainty. Remember, the universe responds not to doubt, but to the certainty of your declaration. Tonight, you will speak as a master, as one who commands reality. Your words are not mere thoughts. They are seeds planted in the fertile soil of the infinite. By morning, those seeds will sprout in ways that will astonish you, in ways that align perfectly with your desires. You must rest in this knowing, sleep with it, dream with it. Do not entertain thoughts of lack or delay. You are wealth incarnate, and the world around you is already bending to reflect it. Feel it in your chest. Let it echo in your mind. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am the magnet for all that is good. I am the living proof of infinite provision. Let these words be your last utterance before sleep. Let the feeling of possession saturate you until it becomes inseparable from your sense of being. As your eyes close, let the night carry your command like a seed into the soil of reality. In 24 hours, you will awaken to a world transformed, to blessings that confirm your declaration, to the unmistakable evidence that the universe cannot resist the call of unwavering belief. Tonight you have spoken. Tonight you have known. Tonight, the universe has no choice but to respond. You are not hoping. You are not wishing. You are the living statement of wealth, the undeniable proof that infinite abundance responds to certainty. Sleep now with joy, with conviction, with the knowing that tomorrow, your life will reflect the words you have spoken, and you will rise into it as naturally as the sun rises each morning. The power of declaring wealth and abundance as an undeniable fact, not a wish or hope, moments before sleep. Feeling as reality. The importance of immersing yourself fully in the feeling of already having what you desire, letting it saturate every part of your being. Gratitude as a manifestation tool. Using gratitude to fuel your commands to the universe, converting your thoughts into tangible reality. Detachment from the how and when. Trusting the infinite intelligence of the universe to deliver results without questioning methods or timing. Commanding the universe with belief, speaking and knowing with unwavering conviction, so the universe responds within 24 hours, bringing tangible signs of wealth and abundance. Tonight, as you prepare to close your eyes, recognize that this moment is not ordinary. It is the exact moment in which your power to command reality is at its peak. The mind is quiet, the world outside is still, and your imagination is free to speak without interference. In these final moments before sleep, you must speak with absolute certainty. You are not asking, you are not hoping, you are not wishing. You are declaring, and in the language of the universe. A declaration made with full conviction is indistinguishable from reality. The first step to forcing the universe to respond is to plant this seed of certainty deep in your consciousness. You must feel it as if it has already occurred. Do not let the mind wander to doubt or uncertainty. These are the poisons that dilute your power. Instead, let every thought, every breath, every heartbeat be a reinforcement of your statement. I am now the possessor of wealth. Abundance flows to me effortlessly. Every door opens before me. Everything I desire is already mine. Say it quietly to yourself if you must, but let the feeling behind the words be loud. The mind does not respond to words alone. It responds to feeling, to conviction, to the unquestionable certainty that what you declare is true. If a part of you still questions, imagine it as a cloud passing through a sky of unwavering light. Let it pass without giving it attention. What matters is the certainty you feel, the unshakable knowing that the life you desire is not something in the future. It is happening now. The power of this certainty is like a magnet in your consciousness. It draws all invisible forces into alignment with your declaration. As you drift into sleep, your imagination becomes the medium through which reality is shaped. Your subconscious does not differentiate between imagined reality and physical reality. When you declare wealth as a fact, the subconscious begins to weave circumstances, ideas, and opportunities to fulfill that statement. You must not engage with lack or limitation. Any thought that contradicts your declaration diminishes your creative force. If the mind attempts to entertain worry, fear, or doubt, return immediately to the certainty of your statement. Feel the money you desire as if it is already in your hands. Visualize the bank account, the projects, the opportunities. See them with clarity and detail, and let the emotions of having them, joy, relief, freedom, flood your entire being. This is not imagination for the sake of imagination. This is your tool for manifesting reality. The subconscious does not argue with the mind's images. It accepts them as truth. By entering sleep in this state of certainty, you are planting a seed in the fertile ground of the universe. The timing of sleep is critical because the conscious mind quiets, and the subconscious is left free to create without resistance. The moment you fall asleep, the words you have spoken and the feelings you have embraced become like commands sent into the infinite. The subconscious works tirelessly, reshaping reality to match the reality you have already accepted as true. The more vivid your conviction, the more immediate and tangible the response will be. This is why it is vital to maintain unwavering certainty. If you say it but do not feel it, the universe cannot respond with the same intensity. Feeling is the amplifier, certainty is the signal. Together, they form a force that cannot be ignored. You must understand that you are not waiting for wealth to arrive. You are already in its possession. This distinction is crucial. Those who hope or wish are still in the realm of desire. Those who know are in the realm of creation. By declaring wealth with certainty before sleep, you are signaling to the universe that the reality you desire is already yours. Your subconscious receives this command as truth and begins to orchestrate events, situations, and encounters that align with it. Do not question how it will appear. The human mind cannot comprehend the vastness of creative power. It is enough to know that your certainty will bring results. The universe responds to the tone of your consciousness, not to the mechanics of your logic. Tonight, let your last thought, your last breath before sleep, be the affirmation of your absolute certainty. Let it echo in every part of you. Feel it in your chest, let it vibrate through your veins, saturate your mind, and awaken your spirit. This is the first step in compelling the universe to respond. You are no longer a passive participant in life, waiting for circumstances to change. You are now the master of your reality, speaking with authority, and knowing that your command is heard and obeyed. The universe is an exact mirror of your consciousness. When you see yourself as wealthy and abundant, it must respond by arranging events to reflect that truth. As sleep takes you, hold on to this certainty. Do not allow any shadow of doubt to creep in. The night becomes the crucible where your declaration is transformed into reality. Your imagination carries your certainty to the creative power of the universe, which moves instantly to manifest it. You are not working to earn it. You are not struggling to acquire it. You are simply living in the knowing. Wealth, opportunities, and abundance are already yours. The first step, the step of absolute certainty, is complete the moment you fully embrace it before sleep. It is the key that unlocks the door to manifestation, and from this night onward, nothing can prevent the universe from responding to your command. Tonight, as you lie down and close your eyes, let yourself fully immerse in the feeling of already having what you desire. This is the secret that transforms mere wishes into tangible reality. It is not enough to think about wealth or whisper affirmations. You must feel it as though it is already yours. The subconscious does not distinguish between imagined reality and actual reality. It only knows what you impress upon it with vividness and conviction. Every sensation, every emotion, every thought you hold in this state becomes a blueprint for your external world. The moment you feel the reality of your desire, the universe aligns itself with that feeling. Your imagination is not a playground, it is the workshop of creation. The wealth you seek, the opportunities you crave, the abundance you wish for, all respond instantly to the force of your feeling. Do not allow your mind to drift into doubts or limitations. Thoughts of how or when weaken the signal you send. Instead, immerse yourself completely in the sensation of having already arrived. Visualize the bank account, the luxurious lifestyle, the freedom and security that wealth brings. Hear the sounds, see the colors, touch the textures, and feel the emotions as though they are happening now. Let the joy, the excitement, and the relief wash over you. Every cell in your body should resonate with the reality of your success. This is not imagination for mere entertainment. It is the tool of creation. The universe responds to feeling, not to logic. The clearer and stronger your internal experience, the faster your external reality will align. Gratitude amplifies this power. As you feel the reality of wealth, express deep gratitude for it. Gratitude is the energy that propels the seeds of imagination into manifestation. Feel grateful as if the abundance is already flowing into your life. This emotional state acts as a magnet, drawing circumstances, opportunities, and people into your reality that reflect the feeling you hold. Every expression of genuine gratitude intensifies the force of your manifestation. The more you can feel that what you desire is not only coming but already here, the more the universe cannot help but respond. As you drift deeper into sleep, continue to feel the wealth, the success, the freedom. Let your imagination carry these sensations vividly into the subconscious. The subconscious mind does not know the difference between awake and asleep. It only knows the reality you impress upon it with feeling. By sleeping in a state of certainty and deep emotion, you are planting seeds that germinate with incredible speed. You are commanding the unseen to respond, not in theory, not in hope, but in actual energetic alignment. Each heartbeat reinforces the reality of your desire. Each breath affirms it. Let your body, your mind, and your spirit vibrate in harmony with the reality of wealth. Detach from the mechanics of how it will appear. The universe is infinitely creative, and it will provide opportunities in ways that exceed your imagination. Your task is not to figure out the process, but to sustain the feeling. The clearer you feel it, the more precise the universe's response will be. Think of your feeling as a radio signal. The stronger and more unwavering it is, the more powerful the manifestation. Every doubt, every fear, every hesitation weakens the signal. By contrast, unwavering feeling strengthens it until it becomes irresistible. Wealth, success, and abundance are drawn to the intensity of your inner experience. You are not aspiring or wishing. You are already. Feel it now. Feel yourself walking through your life as someone who has everything desired. Feel the confidence, the freedom, the joy. Let your interactions, your thoughts, your body language and imagination reflect the person who already possesses abundance. Your subconscious accepts this as truth and begins to orchestrate reality accordingly. Do not worry about the external signs yet. Focus only on the internal certainty. Reality cannot help but adjust to the frequency of your feeling. What you feel deeply becomes your external life. Tonight, as you fall asleep immersed in this reality, know that the universe is responding. Every thought, every emotion, every feeling you carry is being acted upon by infinite intelligence. You are not waiting for something to happen. You are already in the process of receiving. Feel it in every heartbeat, every breath, every sensation. The moment of sleep becomes a powerful conduit for manifestation. The more intensely you feel the reality of your desire, the faster and more precise the universe responds. Your imagination, fueled by feeling, is the vehicle through which abundance is delivered. Hold this feeling relentlessly. Let it saturate your being. Let it echo in your mind as your last thought before sleep. Know that what you feel is shaping your world at this very moment. Wealth, abundance, and opportunity are being arranged around you, responding to the undeniable reality you have created within. The strength of your feeling is the key. The deeper, the clearer, the more vivid, the more the universe is compelled to deliver. This is the secret of manifestation, not thought, not logic, not effort, but feeling as reality. By mastering this, you transform your life overnight. Tonight, as you lie quietly in your bed, understand that gratitude is not just a polite sentiment, it is a dynamic force of creation. It is the energy that transforms thought into tangible reality. When you feel truly grateful, you are acknowledging the abundance that already exists within and around you. And this acknowledgement sets into motion the invisible currents that bring more of that reality to you. Gratitude is a signal to the universe that you are aligned with the energy of abundance, and it has the power to accelerate the manifestation of your desires. You do not express gratitude as if asking for more. You feel it as if all you desire is already yours. The more deeply and sincerely you feel this state of thankfulness, the more unstoppable your ability to attract wealth becomes. Begin by focusing on everything in your life that already brings a sense of fulfillment, no matter how small. Feel gratitude for the air you breathe, the roof over your head, the comfort of your bed, the food that nourishes your body. Let these feelings expand naturally into the specific wealth and abundance you desire. Picture the financial freedom, the opportunities, and the prosperity as if they are already present, and allow a profound sense of gratitude to surge within you. Feel the relief, the joy, and the satisfaction of having received all that you have asked for, and let these emotions permeate your entire being. Gratitude, when combined with vivid feeling, becomes a powerful magnet that draws all circumstances, opportunities, and people into alignment with your desires. It is crucial to realize that the subconscious mind does not separate the imagined from the real. It responds to the emotional reality you create. When you immerse yourself in gratitude, your subconscious receives a clear, unambiguous signal: abundance is the natural state, and more will continually flow. This feeling of appreciation, free from doubt or questioning, programs your mind to recognize and accept opportunities that match the wealth you envision. Every thought anchored in gratitude amplifies your creative energy, accelerating the manifestation of your desires. The universe is drawn to the frequency of appreciation, and this frequency cannot be ignored. It compels circumstances to conform to the inner state you maintain. Do not express gratitude as a formality or routine. Let it be alive, vibrant, and consuming. Allow yourself to feel the richness of life in every way possible, to sense the fullness of what is already present, and to embrace the certainty that all you desire is en route. As you drift into sleep with this feeling, understand that gratitude becomes the fertile soil in which the seeds of your imagination grow. Each emotion of thankfulness deepens your connection to the infinite intelligence that governs the universe. By feeling as though you have already received, and by expressing heartfelt gratitude for it, you are shaping reality with undeniable power. Detach from the mechanics, the timing, and the how of your manifestation. Gratitude does not ask, it commands. It is a state of being that sets in motion the invisible forces that bring your desires into your life. The more authentic your feeling, the faster and more precisely the universe responds. Picture the wealth you seek, the opportunities you desire, and the abundance you wish to experience. Then, layer on top of that a deep, unwavering gratitude as if these things are already yours. Let the emotions of relief, joy, and security fill your chest, your mind, and your spirit. This combination of visualization and gratitude forms an irresistible force that aligns every element of your reality with your inner state. As sleep approaches, let gratitude saturate your consciousness. Feel it in your heartbeat, your breath, your senses. Imagine yourself waking tomorrow fully immersed in abundance, experiencing the results of the gratitude you have cultivated tonight. Your subconscious mind will continue to work even as you rest, arranging circumstances, people, and opportunities to match the vibrational signal you have created. The universe does not ignore the power of gratitude. It responds instantaneously to the quality of feeling you maintain. Your wealth, success, and abundance are a natural reflection of the internal state of appreciation you carry. Every detail of your imagination should be enhanced with gratitude. Visualize the life you desire as if it is happening now, and feel grateful for every aspect of it. Feel the money in your hands, the joy it brings, the freedom it creates, the experiences it allows. Let the gratitude flow naturally and powerfully, uniting with the certainty and feeling you have cultivated in the previous steps. This emotional resonance forms a magnetic field around your consciousness, drawing the material proof of your desires into alignment with your inner reality. Sleep while holding this vibration, and the seeds of your intention will take root in the fertile ground of the subconscious, manifesting in ways that exceed your imagination. Remember that gratitude is not only a feeling but a state of being. It is the language of abundance, the force that commands the unseen to respond. The more consistently you maintain this inner state, the more the universe will deliver evidence of your wealth and prosperity. Every opportunity, every unexpected source of income, every favorable circumstance is drawn to the energy you radiate. Let this truth sink deeply into your consciousness. You do not have to chase or strive. You only need to feel, to know, and to be grateful for what is already yours and what is on its way. Tonight, cultivate gratitude as a living, breathing reality within yourself. Allow it to engulf you completely, saturate your thoughts, emotions, and imagination. As you drift into the realm of sleep, carry this state with you, and let it imprint upon your subconscious mind with clarity and intensity. By doing so, you are not simply expressing thanks. You are issuing a command to the universe, a command that compels wealth, abundance, and opportunity to manifest in your life. The power of gratitude, combined with feeling and certainty, is irresistible, and it is the key to transforming your desires into reality. Tonight, as you lie in the quiet of your room, understand that detachment from the how and when is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward manifesting your desires. The human mind naturally wants to control the process, to see exactly how everything will unfold, to plan every detail, to predict every step. But the infinite intelligence of the universe does not operate on human schedules or limitations. It responds only to the clarity, certainty, and intensity of your inner state. The moment you cling to how and when something should appear, you create resistance. You are essentially telling the universe that you do not trust it to orchestrate the perfect timing and method. By letting go, by fully detaching from the mechanics of manifestation, you open yourself to receive in ways that exceed your imagination. Detachment does not mean indifference or laziness. It does not mean ceasing to feel, think, or act in alignment with your desires. It means releasing control over outcomes and trusting that the universe knows far better than you how to deliver your abundance. When you detach from how and when, you allow infinite possibilities to converge effortlessly. Opportunities, people, ideas, and circumstances begin to align in perfect sequence without your intervention. Your task is to maintain the feeling of already having what you desire, to live in the knowing, and to trust that everything necessary is being arranged. The moment you release attachment to timing, you move from the realm of effort to the realm of inspired manifestation. Imagine yourself holding the reality of wealth, success, and abundance in your hands. Feel it completely, as if it has already arrived. Do not concern yourself with how the money will appear, how the opportunities will manifest, or how the obstacles will dissolve. All that matters is the certainty and clarity of your internal state. By detaching from the mechanics, you allow the universe to create solutions beyond your imagination. The mind often thinks linearly with limitations and restrictions. The universe operates infinitely without boundaries. Your detachment allows it to act without constraint. Every moment you let go of control, you are giving space for miracles to occur. When detachment is combined with feeling and certainty, it forms an irresistible force. The universe responds not to effort or worry, but to the energy of your inner conviction. By focusing solely on the reality you desire, by feeling it as present, and by trusting the timing and method of its appearance, you remove every obstacle that hesitation or doubt could create. Detachment is the secret that transforms desire into reality with elegance and speed. It is a silent, invisible command that signals to the universe, I know it is done, and I do not need to see the process. I trust that it is unfolding perfectly. Many struggle with manifestation because they try to micromanage the process. They want to dictate the path, control the steps, and force results according to their limited understanding. This creates resistance, slows the flow, and often leads to frustration. The power of detachment lies in relinquishing this false need for control. When you release attachment, the universe takes over, working in ways that your mind could never engineer. It orchestrates synchronicities, aligns resources, and opens doors that you could not have foreseen. The more completely you detach, the more miraculous and seamless the manifestation becomes. Picture the life you desire as fully realized, yet hold it lightly. Feel the joy, the freedom, the abundance, but do not cling to the form it takes. Let the feeling of wealth and success be your anchor, while allowing infinite methods and timing to unfold. The universe is highly intelligent and infinitely creative. It can deliver your desires in ways you have never imagined. Your role is to maintain the state of having, to live in the knowing, and to release all concern over the mechanics. Every day, every moment you remain detached, you reinforce the signal to the universe. I am aligned with my desire, and I trust it will appear perfectly. Detachment also brings peace. When you stop obsessing over how and when things will happen, you free yourself from anxiety and worry. You sleep better, you feel lighter, and your energy resonates at a higher frequency. The subconscious mind, now free from conflict and resistance, acts swiftly to align circumstances with your desire. Opportunities appear, ideas come, and solutions unfold effortlessly. Detachment is not about inaction. It is about intelligent surrender. It is a conscious decision to trust the invisible process while living fully in the reality you have created in your imagination. As you prepare for sleep tonight, practice detachment consciously. Hold the feeling of wealth, abundance, and success in your mind. See yourself already living the life you desire. Feel the emotions of joy, relief, and fulfillment. And then let go of the how and when. Trust that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, is arranging everything in perfect order. Your detachment does not weaken your command, it strengthens it. It removes resistance, aligns energy, and creates space for rapid manifestation. The universe cannot resist the state of someone who knows, feels, and trusts completely. Know that every moment of detachment, every release of control, is a step closer to immediate manifestation. You are no longer limited by human reasoning or timing. You are now operating from a state of pure alignment, where thought, feeling, and trust converge into a force that compels the universe to respond. Sleep with this knowing tonight. Let your subconscious absorb it fully. By morning, the events, opportunities, and wealth that align with your detached certainty will begin to appear. Detachment, combined with certainty, feeling, and gratitude, forms an unstoppable wave of manifestation that reshapes reality to match your desires. Tonight, as you prepare to rest, understand that commanding the universe with belief is the ultimate expression of your creative power. Belief is not wishful thinking, not hope, not fleeting optimism. It is the absolute knowing that what you desire is already yours. The universe responds to certainty, not to desire alone. To command effectively, your inner conviction must be so strong, so alive that there is no room for doubt or hesitation. When you speak, feel, and imagine with unwavering belief, you are issuing a command that cannot be ignored. Every thought, every feeling, every heartbeat becomes a declaration that shapes reality itself. Feel the weight and power of your belief. Know that you are already in possession of the wealth, abundance, and success you seek. Speak to yourself as one who has authority over reality. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am the magnet for every opportunity. Everything I desire flows to me effortlessly. Do not whisper these words timidly. Let them resonate within, as if echoing through every part of your being. The universe does not hear the words alone, it feels the energy behind them. When your belief is strong enough, it becomes a signal so potent that reality itself must adjust to reflect it. Your internal state dictates the external circumstances. Commanding the universe requires total alignment between thought, feeling, and imagination. Picture yourself living in the reality you desire and feel the emotions that come with it: joy, freedom, security, and satisfaction. The clarity of your mental image, combined with the intensity of your feelings, becomes an unbreakable law that the universe must obey. Do not question the process or doubt the outcome. Belief does not argue, it does not debate, it simply is. It is a statement of fact that compels the invisible forces to organize circumstances in your favor. Every night before sleep, immerse yourself in this state of belief. Imagine waking tomorrow to signs, opportunities, and confirmations that prove your declaration true. Feel gratitude for them as if they have already occurred. The combination of belief and gratitude forms a magnetic field that attracts your desires effortlessly. As your body rests and your mind drifts into sleep, your subconscious mind absorbs this reality and begins to orchestrate the external world to match it. This is how the universe works. It mirrors the dominant state of consciousness without question. Do not let external circumstances sway your conviction. The world may seem unchanged, but your internal command is already reshaping it. Belief is not contingent upon what you see, it is the unshakable knowing of what is true in the unseen. The moment you hold your desire as reality within, the universe begins to move, arranging people, events, and situations to bring your inner state into physical manifestation. The clearer and stronger your belief, the faster and more precise the response. Commanding the universe also means living as though your desire is already fulfilled. Act in alignment with abundance, speak as one who has succeeded, and think as one who is already wealthy. Your behavior, your emotions, your focus, all must reinforce the reality you wish to experience. Every action taken in alignment with your belief strengthens your command, signaling to the unseen that your reality is non-negotiable. The universe responds to energy, to the force of consciousness, not to passive wishes or fleeting thoughts. Remember, belief is both the seed and the soil. You plant it in your imagination and nurture it with feeling and certainty. Every night, before sleep, reaffirm your reality with the intensity of someone who knows beyond any doubt that it is theirs. Let the sensation of having, of being, of thriving fill you completely. The subconscious cannot resist this force. It moves relentlessly to adjust external circumstances to match your inner state. Opportunities appear, doors open, ideas flow, and abundance manifests, all because your belief has commanded it. Detachment from and win amplifies your command. You do not need to orchestrate the method or control the timing. Your job is to maintain the state of knowing and feeling. The universe, infinitely intelligent and creative, will deliver your desires in ways that exceed imagination. The stronger your belief, the more precise and rapid the manifestation. Your certainty is the law that cannot be broken. By commanding with belief, you are not asking, you are instructing. Reality bends to the unyielding force of your consciousness. Tonight, speak to yourself with authority. Feel yourself already possessing the wealth, the freedom, and the abundance you desire. Visualize every detail with clarity, feel the joy and gratitude as if it is happening now, and rest in the knowing that your command has been received. Sleep becomes the vehicle through which your belief imprints upon the subconscious, shaping events and circumstances to reflect your state. When you awaken, the world will have shifted. The signs, the confirmations, and the opportunities will testify to the power of your command. The universe responds instantly to unwavering belief, and nothing can prevent your desires from manifesting. Command with absolute certainty, feel with intensity, and live as though it is already done. This is how you force the universe to respond. This is how wealth, abundance, and success become inevitable. Your belief is the key, your imagination is the tool, your feeling is the force, and the universe is the mirror that reflects back the reality you command. The more completely you embody this state, the more unstoppable the manifestation becomes. Your life is now the expression of your inner certainty, and nothing can resist the force of your belief. Tonight, as you reflect on everything you have absorbed in this journey of manifestation, let the power of your own consciousness settle deeply within you. You have learned that the universe does not respond to casual wishes, fleeting hopes, or half-hearted desires. It responds only to certainty, to feeling, to unwavering belief, and to gratitude that penetrates every fiber of your being. The knowledge you now hold is the knowledge of creators, of those who understand that reality is not something that happens to you. It is something you shape with the clarity and intensity of your imagination. Every thought you have, every feeling you allow, every belief you embrace forms the foundation of the world that will unfold around you. Recognize tonight that you are no longer passive. You are no longer a victim of circumstance or a participant waiting for fate to intervene. You are the master of your reality, and the universe is your willing ally. Understand that all the tools you need have been within you all along. Your imagination, your ability to feel as though your desires are already fulfilled, your power to detach from the how and when, your capacity for deep, genuine gratitude, and your unwavering belief. These are not mere concepts. They are the instruments of creation, the keys to manifesting everything you desire. When you combine them, you wield a force that is unstoppable, a force that moves invisibly yet tangibly through the fabric of reality, shaping circumstances, aligning events, and drawing opportunities directly into your life. There is no waiting, no uncertainty, no limitation. What you feel with complete conviction is already in motion, and the universe, being infinite and responsive, cannot resist your command. Tonight, let the feeling of absolute certainty be the cornerstone of your reality. As you drift into sleep, let the warmth of conviction seep into every cell, into every thought, into every moment of your unconscious mind. Know that the subconscious mind, which governs all manifestation, cannot distinguish between what is imagined and what is physically real. It only knows the intensity and clarity of the state you impress upon it. When you have fully absorbed the sense of already having your desire, the subconscious mind works tirelessly, rearranging circumstances, creating synchronistic encounters, and aligning events in ways that mirror your inner reality. The creative power of your consciousness is infinite, and tonight, as you rest, it is fully activated, shaping the world in alignment with your intention. Do not concern yourself with the how or the when. These are the limitations of human thinking. The universe operates with infinite intelligence, and it orchestrates outcomes in ways that are perfect, precise, and beyond the scope of your comprehension. By releasing attachment to methods, by surrendering the illusion of control, you give the universe space to act. Detachment is not passivity. It is the conscious acknowledgement that your desire is already fulfilled and that the process of manifestation is unfolding flawlessly, whether you can see it or not. Your only task is to live fully in the state of possession, to feel the reality of your desire as vividly and intensely as possible, and to trust that everything necessary is being aligned in your favor. Gratitude amplifies your power. As you acknowledge the reality of your desire, as you immerse yourself in the feelings of abundance, wealth, and freedom, let gratitude be the bridge between your imagination and the external world. The feeling of appreciation, when genuine and profound, creates a magnetic force that draws circumstances and opportunities to match your inner state. Express gratitude for what is already yours and for what is on its way. Feel the relief, the joy, the satisfaction, and the freedom as though they are present now. Gratitude is the force that accelerates the unfolding of your manifestation, ensuring that every seed planted in imagination is nurtured into tangible reality. Command the universe with belief. Speak to yourself as one who has authority over life, as one who knows beyond doubt that wealth, abundance, and success are already yours. The words you speak internally, the thoughts you carry, the emotions you embrace, they are all commands that the universe cannot ignore. Your inner conviction is the law, and reality is compelled to conform. Feel it in your chest. Let it resonate through your mind. Let it permeate your soul. I am wealth. I am abundance. I am the magnet for everything I desire. When you internalize this state, when you embody it fully, the universe responds immediately. Doors open, opportunities arise, coincidences align, and the world begins to mirror the certainty you carry within. As you awaken tomorrow, know that the world is already responding to the commands you issued last night. Look for evidence, no matter how small, that your reality is shifting. Opportunities will present themselves in unexpected ways. People, ideas, and circumstances will align perfectly to reflect the inner state you have cultivated. Understand that manifestation is not a distant dream. It is a living, breathing reality that responds to the clarity, intensity, and consistency of your consciousness. The signs are everywhere, and they are confirmations that your inner state is creating your external world. Tonight, as you rest, remember that the creative power of your consciousness is infinite. There are no limits, no restrictions, no obstacles that can resist the force of your knowing. Every heartbeat, every breath, every thought that aligns with certainty, feeling, gratitude, and belief intensifies your command. You are the master architect of your reality. Wealth, abundance, freedom, and success are not possibilities. They are your inevitable reality. The universe is not passive. It is actively responding to the frequency you emit. The clearer, stronger, and more consistent that frequency, the faster and more precise the manifestation. Do not underestimate the power of these principles. Night after night, by cultivating certainty, by feeling as reality, by expressing gratitude, by detaching from the how and when, and by commanding with unwavering belief, you are building a momentum that is unstoppable. Every moment you maintain this inner state strengthens the magnetic pull of your desire. Every doubt you release, every feeling you fully inhabit, every expression of gratitude amplifies your ability to attract, receive, and embody the wealth you seek. This is the natural law of creation, and it cannot be denied. Let the conclusion of this practice be not a mere statement, but a total embodiment of truth. Know that your desires are not delayed, not conditional, not hypothetical. They are happening now, orchestrated by the infinite intelligence that responds only to certainty, feeling, gratitude, and belief. Sleep with this knowing, rest with this knowing, dream with this knowing, and awaken into the world transformed. The universe cannot resist a consciousness that knows itself as the possessor of abundance. The unseen world moves instantaneously to bring the unseen into form. Every door opens, every opportunity arrives, every desire materializes in perfect alignment with your state of being. Tonight, and every night hereafter, carry this knowing as your constant companion. Let it saturate every thought, every feeling, every action. Let the power of your imagination, your certainty, your gratitude, and your unwavering belief guide your life. Your reality is the reflection of your inner state, and by mastering this inner state, you master life itself. Wealth, abundance, freedom, and success are not distant. They are immediate. They are yours now, waiting only for your full recognition and complete acceptance. This is the ultimate law of manifestation, the highest truth of creation, and the path to becoming unstoppable in commanding the universe.
Listen to me. Listen with the ears of your spirit and not just the ears of your flesh, because what I am about to declare tonight has the power to rip open the veil that has kept you in chains, to tear down the walls that the enemy has built around your destiny, and to awaken in you a fire that cannot be put out. Do you understand what I am saying? You have lived too long thinking small, praying weak, speaking powerless words that carry no weight in the realm of the spirit. But I came tonight with a word from the throne of heaven. Your tongue is a weapon, your voice is a sword. Your confession is the bridge between your imagination and your manifestation. And if you dare to repeat these words before you close your eyes tonight, the angels will move, the heavens will respond, and your desires will be pulled from the invisible into the visible with the speed of light. Why do you think the scripture says, death and life are in the power of the tongue? because your words are not mere sound waves. Your words are seeds. Your words are spirit, and they are life. Yet too many of you have been deceived, tricked, manipulated by the lies of religion and the whispers of darkness into speaking curses over your own destiny. You say, I am weak. You say, I am broke. You say, I am nothing. And heaven hears you, hell hears you, creation hears you, and they respond to what you declare. But tonight I dare you to shift your language, to lift your voice, to align your tongue with the creative force of God Almighty, and watch what happens when your spirit catches fire. Do you remember in the beginning, God did not build with bricks. He did not shape with his hands. He did not sweat with labor. He spoke, let there be light, and light exploded into existence. Let there be, and there was. If the image of God dwells in you, then why do you settle for silence? Why do you beg when you were born to declare? Why do you whisper defeat when heaven has put the shout of victory in your lungs? O child of God, the enemy is not afraid of your silence. He is afraid of your sound. He trembles when you open your mouth and prophesy your future. He shakes when you repeat the word with faith, fire, and authority. And some of you have been asking, but why tongues? Why this strange sound that my mind cannot grasp? Let me tell you the truth that religion has tried to bury. Tongues are not noise. Tongues are the language of creation. When you pray in tongues, you bypass the corruption of your logic. You leap over the limitations of your understanding. You plug directly into the current of the Holy Spirit, and you speak mysteries that build the blueprint of your future. The enemy hates tongues because he cannot decode them. Hell despises tongues because it sounds like thunder to their ears. And heaven loves tongues because it is the Spirit of God praying through you. When you lie on your bed tonight and let those rivers flow from your belly, you are not mumbling nonsense. You are constructing miracles. You are setting angels in motion. You are manifesting desires that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. Why do you think Jesus said, out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water? He was not speaking of poetry. He was speaking of tongues, the streams of heaven bursting forth from your spirit to flood every dry ground in your life. And yet you have been content with a trickle when God has called you to release a flood. Tonight, as you repeat, as you declare, as you surrender your tongue to the Spirit, chains will fall. Repeat this. I am the righteousness of God. I am seated in heavenly places. I walk in abundance. I walk in healing. I walk in breakthrough. Every desire in my heart aligns with the will of God, and tonight it manifests in my reality. Say it with fire. Say it like you believe it. Say it until the walls of doubt collapse. Who told you it takes years for a prayer to be answered? Who told you manifestation is far, distant, impossible? That is a lie from the pit of hell. Daniel prayed, and the answer was released immediately. The delay came only because of spiritual resistance. But you, tonight, you are not begging. You are commanding, you are decreeing, you are enforcing victory. Repeat it until your spirit shakes, until your room trembles, until your mind surrenders and your faith takes over. Heaven responds not to pity, not to tears, but to faith-filled words spoken with conviction. Speak as if the answer is already in your hand, and watch it come rushing into your life. I feel it right now, chains snapping, burdens lifting, strongholds crumbling. Somebody here has been crying for a financial breakthrough, and God says, declare it before you sleep tonight and see provision appear. Somebody has been weeping for healing in their body, and the Spirit says, speak life into your cells, prophesy wholeness over your flesh, and see my power manifest. Somebody has been praying for a prodigal child, and heaven says, call their name, declare their return, and the angels will drag them out of darkness into light. Repeat this. What I see in my spirit, I shall hold in my hands. What I declare with my tongue, I shall walk in with my life. I refuse to agree with lack. I refuse to agree with sickness. I refuse to agree with fear. I agree with heaven. I agree with power. I agree with abundance. My desires are manifesting now, now, now. Why wait until morning? Why wait for another season? Faith is now. Breakthrough is now. Manifestation is now. When Paul and Silas sang at midnight, chains broke at midnight. Why not you? Why not tonight? You will lie down speaking in tongues. You will sleep repeating prophetic decrees. And when you rise, you will find doors open that no man can shut, favor poured out that no enemy can block, and desires turned into testimonies that no skeptic can deny. Do you feel it? Do you sense it? The Spirit is pulling you higher. The Spirit is demanding more from you. Open your mouth and let the fire burn. Repeat, declare, prophesy. Tonight, your desires will not remain hidden. They will be made manifest in the mighty name of Jesus. Because the enemy has lied to you long enough, told you that your future is distant, that your dreams are unreachable, that your destiny is postponed to another lifetime. But I stand here to tear down every lie and shout with the roar of heaven, your time is now. Do you hear me? Your moment is now. This very night, before your eyes close, before your spirit drifts into sleep, your tongue can set the course of your tomorrow. Your decree can command the morning. Your prophecy can build the bridge into your promised land. Why did the prophets speak with thunder? Why did the apostles pray until prisons shook? Because they understood what many of you have forgotten, that words create worlds, that your declaration is not empty air, but divine construction. You are either building the palace of your destiny or digging the grave of your dreams with every sentence that leaves your lips. So I ask you, what will you speak tonight? Will you repeat the complaints of yesterday, or will you declare the promises of eternity? Will you murmur weakness, or will you prophesy strength? Will you rehearse fear, or will you release fire? Lift your hand right now and shout it. I am not who the world says I am. I am who God says I am. Say it again. Say it until your atmosphere shifts. Say it until your bones vibrate with the truth of heaven. I am chosen. I am appointed. I am overflowing with favor. My desires are not delayed. They are delivered. My prayers are not empty. They are answered. I manifest what I speak because I speak what God has declared. And hear me, when you repeat this before you sleep tonight, you are not speaking into emptiness. You are not shouting into the dark. You are echoing into the throne room of God. Every syllable is recorded. Every word is written in fire. Every declaration becomes a decree stamped by heaven's authority. And if God said, "My word shall not return void," then how dare you believe that your word, aligned with His word, will return empty? No, it shall accomplish, it shall manifest, it shall explode into reality. Some of you have been carrying silent desires, whispering in your hearts, maybe one day, maybe if God wills, maybe in another season. Stop it. Stop waiting. Stop postponing. Stop living like a beggar when you are a king, a queen, a ruler in the Spirit. Did not Jesus say, "Ask and it shall be given, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened"? Ask, seek, knock. These are not weak actions, they are violent actions, they are forceful actions, they are declarations that refuse to be denied. Tonight, your knocking will break doors wide open. Tonight, your asking will unlock answers that generations before you prayed for. Tonight, your seeking will uncover treasures buried deep in the Spirit. And I hear the Spirit say, tell them to prophesy in tongues, because tongues are not babble. They are the voice of heaven wrapped in your lungs. When you sleep tonight, don't just repeat in your own language, release the tongues of fire, release the tongues of power, release the tongues that shake nations. Because when you speak in tongues, you are bypassing every demon, you are bypassing every doubt, you are bypassing every delay, and you are pulling directly from the vault of heaven. Do you know why the devil wants your silence? Because silence keeps you in prison. Silence keeps you ordinary. Silence keeps you defeated. But a tongue set on fire by the Spirit turns your bedroom into a battleground, your whisper into a weapon, your night into a launching pad of glory. Tonight, before you sleep, you will not close your lips in fear. You will open your mouth in faith. You will roar with the Spirit. You will decree your tomorrow, and heaven will invade your life. Somebody shout, I receive it. Somebody shout, it is mine. Somebody shout, "It is done." And as you shout, let it echo into the chambers of your future. Let it shake the gates of hell. Let it call forth the angels. Let it awaken the promises that have been dormant for too long. You are not waiting anymore. Your desires are manifesting instantly. Not tomorrow, not next year, not one day, but now, tonight, in this very moment. Say it again. What I see in my spirit, I shall hold in my hands. What I decree with my tongue, I shall walk in with my life. I am unstoppable, I am unshakable, I am unbreakable, and everything I desire according to God's will is mine, now. Do you feel the fire rising? Do you feel the chains breaking? Do you feel the atmosphere shifting? This is not emotion, this is impartation, this is not hype, this is spirit, this is not noise. This is the voice of destiny calling you to speak, to repeat, to declare, to manifest. Tonight, heaven and earth will align with your decree, because your decree is the echo of God Himself flowing through your tongue. Shout it until the roof trembles. I manifest my desires now. Say it again, say it again, say it again. Then hear me, beloved. Take this fire, take this word, take this power, and do not let it slip from your lips. Tonight as you lie down, repeat it, declare it, prophesy it, until sleep overtakes you in the glory of God. For the Spirit says, what you speak tonight will shape what you wake up to tomorrow. Go with fire, go with faith, go with victory. Your desires are manifesting, your destiny is unfolding, your breakthrough is now. Amen. Stop doubting your dreams. Did you hear me? Stop doubting your dreams. For too long you have let the enemy whisper in your ear that what God has placed in your spirit is too big, too far, too impossible. But I declare to you right now, before heaven and earth, that the very thing you've been afraid to believe for is the very thing heaven is waiting to release into your hands. The universe, God's creation, His system, His order, is already aligned to bring it to you, but your doubt has been blocking the flow. Why? Do you sit there and act like your future is negotiable? Why do you let fear write the last chapter of your story when God already authored the beginning, the middle, and the victorious end? I feel the power rising in this place. Let me tell you, faith is not a luxury, it is a necessity. The word says, without faith, it is impossible to please God. Do you understand what that means? Your dream is not a random thought. It is not a fantasy. It is a seed of destiny planted inside of you by the Creator of the heavens and the earth. And the moment you water that seed with doubt, you choke it. But the moment you water that seed with faith, with tongues of fire, with prophetic declarations, suddenly the seed breaks open and begins to manifest in your reality. Who told you to wait 10 years? Who told you that it had to take a lifetime? No, I came to declare, the universe will deliver. Fast when you align your mouth with heaven. I must expose the lie right now. Many of you were taught that speaking in tongues is strange, irrelevant, unnecessary. But let me tell you, speaking in tongues is the language of your future, the language of your miracle, the language of your dream. When you pray in tongues, you are no longer trapped in your limited logic. You are no longer imprisoned by your small vocabulary. You are speaking the mysteries of God. You are unlocking doors in the unseen realm, doors that your doubt tried to shut, doors that unbelief tried to bury. And as you speak, as you cry out, as you release that heavenly language, you are setting angels into motion. You are shaking the heavens. You are demanding that what belongs to you must be released. Do you hear me? It must be released. Why do you think the enemy fights you so hard when you begin to believe? Why do you think distractions suddenly rise up the moment you start fasting, the moment you start praying, the moment you start confessing? Because hell knows that the moment you lock into faith, the moment you say, I will not doubt again, the moment you open your mouth and decree, the atmosphere must shift, resources must move, people must be positioned, and the miracle must appear. So I ask you, child of God, how much longer will you doubt? How much longer will you delay? How much longer will you treat your dream as an option when heaven is shouting at you that it is a command? I prophesy over you right now, chains of delay are breaking, walls of resistance are falling, and the very dream you thought was dead is about to resurrect with power. Lift your hands and declare, I will not doubt again. Say it louder, I will not doubt again. Say it until the very atmosphere in your house begins to shake. I will not doubt again. Every time you repeat it, something in the spiritual realm is breaking. Every time you declare it, the soil of your destiny is being plowed. Every time you say it, heaven is leaning in closer to respond. Oh, you don't need to wait another year, another month, another season. The universe will deliver fast when faith is present. Do you understand that every dream carries a frequency? Every desire carries a vibration? And when you speak, you either align with the vibration of heaven or you align with the vibration of hell. When you speak fear, you pull delay, you pull confusion, you pull failure. But when you speak faith, when you open your mouth in tongues, when you prophesy over yourself, when you declare that this is your season, you begin to pull acceleration. You begin to pull divine connections. You begin to pull the very resources that are hidden from the ordinary eye. That's why the apostle said, he who speaks in a tongue edifies himself. Edifies, builds, strengthens. Do you see it? Your tongue builds. The bridge between your present and your future. Your tongue builds the highway for the angels to travel with your miracle. Your tongue builds the ladder Jacob saw in his dream. Angels ascending and descending with your blessings. Why would you keep your mouth shut when heaven is waiting for your sound? I declare fire is coming into your mouth right now. Fire into your bones. Fire into your words. Fire into your declarations. The fire that cannot be quenched. The fire that refuses to accept delay. This is not the time to whisper. This is the time to roar. This is not the time to hide. This is the time to decree. For the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. Take it. Take your healing. Take your breakthrough. Take your financial overflow. Take your ministry. Take your family restoration. Take your dream off the shelf and declare it shall live and not die. Do you feel the shift? Do you sense the stirring? The Spirit is saying, stop apologizing for your dream. Stop reducing it to fit people's comfort zones. Stop explaining it away. You were never called to fit in. You were called to stand out, to rise up, to shine forth, to demonstrate the power of the living God. And when you doubt, you hide that light under a basket. But when you believe, when you pray in the Spirit, when you declare in fire, suddenly that light cannot be hidden. Suddenly kings are drawn to the brightness of your rising. Suddenly opportunities chase you down. Suddenly the impossible bows before you, because the Creator of the universe is backing every word you say. So why do you hesitate? Why do you linger? Why do you look at the waves when you were called to walk on water? The Spirit says, dare again, believe again, prophesy again, dream again. And not small dreams. No, lift your vision higher, stretch your faith further, cry out louder, because the God you serve is not limited, He is not lacking, He is not slow. He is the God who says, before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. Do you see it? While you are yet speaking in tongues, while you are yet declaring, while you are yet praying, heaven is already moving, the universe is already delivering, the miracle is already speeding towards you like lightning. And I hear the Spirit saying, do not measure the speed of God by the slowness of men. Men may take years, systems may take decades, but God can do in one day what men cannot do in a lifetime. God can turn around your entire destiny in a single night, in a single encounter, in a single declaration. But will you believe? Will you rise up? Will you open your mouth? Or will you sit in silence and let the devil steal what was already purchased for you by blood? Oh, somebody shout, I will believe, I will dream, I will not doubt again. I will believe, I will dream, I will not doubt again. And when you shout those words, you are not just saying syllables into the air. You are carving realities. You are drafting blueprints in the Spirit. You are commanding the raw material of heaven to form into shape around you. Don't you understand that creation itself is groaning, waiting for the manifestation of the sons and daughters of God? It is waiting for you to speak, waiting for you to decree, waiting for you to rise up with the authority of one who knows they are seated in heavenly places with Christ Jesus. How long will you let creation groan while you sit silent? How long will you let your destiny remain locked in the prison of your hesitation? I came to tell you tonight, your words are not powerless, your dream is not hopeless, your vision is not dead. The moment you said, "I will not doubt again," angels drew their swords. The moment you said it, demons began to tremble. The moment you said it, invisible chains began to shatter. Do you not feel it? Do you not sense it? Faith is a force, a fire, an unshakable power, and when it is ignited, nothing can resist it. Mountains must melt like wax in the presence of the Lord. Rivers must part, walls must fall, giants must bow. Why? Because faith commands heaven, and heaven commands earth, and the universe cannot delay what heaven has already released. Lift your voice now, not tomorrow, not later, now. Begin to decree. Acceleration is mine. Breakthrough is mine. Favor is mine. The dream will manifest. The vision will come to pass. The prophecy will live. Don't you know the power of repetition? Don't you know the heavens are moved by persistence? The widow who kept knocking was not ignored, and you will not be ignored when you keep knocking, when you keep crying, when you keep pressing. The kingdom responds to persistence. The Spirit responds to hunger. The atmosphere responds to fire. Where is your fire? Where is your hunger? Where is your roar? The Spirit is showing me this. Many of you prayed once, and when you didn't see results, you folded your arms and said, "Maybe it wasn't meant to be." That is a lie. That is the voice of defeat. That is the poison of doubt. Elijah prayed, and the rain did not come at the first cry, nor the second, nor the third. But he kept pressing, he kept laboring, he kept declaring. And on the seventh time, the servant saw a cloud the size of a man's hand. Oh, do you not see it? Even a cloud the size of a hand carries enough rain to flood the nation when faith is behind it. So what if it looks small? So what if it looks impossible? So what if people laugh? When faith is present, the small will multiply, the little will expand, the nothing will become everything. And let me tell you something else. Tongues is not just noise. Tongues is not just sound. Tongues is the key that unlocks the chambers of acceleration. When you pray in tongues, you bypass the doubt in your mind. You bypass the reasoning of your logic. You bypass the fear that tries to argue, and you connect directly to the source of power. Do you want the universe to deliver fast? Then stop praying slow prayers. Stop mumbling empty words. Stop reciting tired lines. Open your mouth and let the Spirit roar. Through you, the sound of tongues is the sound of speed, the sound of fire, the sound of breakthrough. It is the voice of heaven overriding the voice of man. And I prophesy, as you pray in tongues, contracts will be signed without delay, opportunities will appear without explanation, doors will swing open without struggle. You will be positioned where no resume could have placed you. You will be promoted where no system wanted you. You will be elevated beyond what your education, your background, or your connections could ever do. Why? Because when the Spirit speaks, the universe obeys. When the Spirit groans through you, creation responds. When the Spirit decrees, manifestation cannot be delayed. So let me ask you again, how long will you stay quiet? How long will you let your dreams sit in the graveyard of doubts? How long will you believe the lie that says, maybe it's not God's will? If the dream was not God's will, why did He put it in your spirit? Why does it keep burning in your bones? Why does it keep rising in your thoughts? That is not accident. That is assignment. That is destiny. That is heaven's blueprint calling you higher. Lift your voice right now and declare, I will dream without doubt. I will pray without fear. I will decree without hesitation. Say it again. I will dream without doubt. I will pray without fear. I will decree without hesitation. Oh, the more you declare it, the more your chains fall off. The more you say it, the more your destiny clears. The more you shout it, the more the ground beneath you shakes with holy fire. For I hear the Spirit saying, stop treating your dream like a visitor, treat it like a resident. Stop treating your vision like an option, treat it like a mandate. Stop treating your calling like a suggestion, treat it like a command. You are not here to beg, you are here to decree. You are not here to wonder, you are here to manifest. You are not here to doubt, you are here to demonstrate. Demonstrate what? That the God of heaven has chosen you, filled you, and released you to show his glory in the earth. Then hear me now. This is your moment, this is your hour, this is your divine appointment. Stop doubting your dreams, for the one who planted them is faithful to perform them. Lift your hands, lift your voice, lift your spirit and receive it. The universe will deliver fast, heaven will move swiftly, and your destiny will not be delayed another day. Walk out of here with fire in your bones, faith in your mouth, and power in your steps, declaring for the rest of your life, I will not doubt again, I will believe, I will dream, and I will see it come to pass in Jesus' mighty name. Be still, and you will see that all you desire is already at your door. The restless mind believes it must strive, push, and chase to secure its blessings. Yet the truth is this: what you seek is already seeking you. Your longing is not a sign of lack, it is the whisper of possession. Every desire you hold is evidence of an invisible reality pressing to be born. You are not chasing after shadows. You are answering the call of something already alive within you. Relaxation is the secret posture of the soul, for in stillness you surrender resistance. And in surrender, you allow the unseen to take form. When you close your eyes and rest in the end, imagining the wish fulfilled, you place yourself in alignment with the very law that governs creation. What you accept inwardly must manifest outwardly. Struggle delays, rest hastens. For when you stop running, the thing you desire is free to catch you. Consider this: the seed seeks the soil as much as the soil seeks the seed. Your desire seeks you as much as you seek it. It is a divine dance of attraction, a union already decreed. To relax is to trust. To trust is to know. And to know is to possess. So, let go of striving. Rest in the certainty of fulfillment. Feel the joy of the answered prayer, the peace of the accomplished dream. For the truth remains, what you seek is already yours, and it is moving toward you even now. Relax and let it find you. Relaxation is the bridge to creation. When the mind is at ease, when the heart is still, the invisible currents of life can move freely through you. Striving, on the other hand, is like a hand clenched too tightly around water. The more you grip, the more it slips away. Many believe that effort alone produces results, yet true creation does not come from frantic labor, but from quiet alignment. To relax is not laziness, nor is it indifference. It is trust. It is the confidence that what is meant for you cannot be withheld, and that the invisible world is already working in your favor. The moment you release the tension of how and when, you allow the natural order of things to unfold. Striving blocks the flow because it affirms lack. It says, I do not have and I must fight to gain. That vibration of struggle only multiplies itself, creating more resistance, more delay, more of what you do not want. But surrender, genuine surrender, whispers another truth. It rests in the assurance that the seed you have planted is alive, that its roots are spreading unseen, and that in due season it must bear fruit. Relaxation places you in harmony with the very principle of creation. Think of the artist who paints not by forcing, but by allowing the brush to move with inspiration. Think of the soil that does not wrestle with the seed, but simply embraces it, knowing life will emerge. In the same way, you are called to release the inner strain, to loosen the grip of doubt, and to abide in the feeling of completion. When you relax, you step into the reality of already done. You move beyond begging life for what you want and instead live as though it has already been granted. This posture of ease does not mean inactivity. It means inspired activity. Out of rest comes clarity, and out of clarity comes the right action at the right time. When you are relaxed within, your decisions flow, your steps are guided, and opportunities appear without struggle. The universe meets you at the level of your calm conviction, not at the level of your anxious pursuit. Striving belongs to those who do not yet believe. They labor endlessly because they feel the outcome rests solely on their effort. But the one who knows relaxes. He rests in faith, he abides in vision, and he allows the unseen forces to shape his path. In that rest, creation becomes effortless. So, learn to relax. Release the tension in your body, the worry in your mind, the fear in your heart. Dwell in the end, feel the wish fulfilled, and let your soul exhale. Creation is not the product of strain. It is the child of surrender. The bridge is not in the struggle, but in the stillness. And once you cross that bridge, you will discover that what you sought has been waiting for you all along. Desire is not random. It does not arise in you as a passing accident or a meaningless wish. Every true desire is a signal, an echo of what already belongs to you, calling you from within. The moment something stirs your heart, the moment a longing takes root in your imagination, it is evidence that in some higher dimension of being, it already exists. Desire is the voice of fulfillment speaking to you, beckoning you to align with what is yours. So, Jamie, can you speak? Many live as though their desires are distant, foreign, or even unattainable, but the truth is the opposite. You could not even conceive of wanting something unless the reality of it was already established. The hunger for love is proof that love is yours. The longing for abundance is proof that abundance already awaits you. The dream that ignites your spirit is proof that its manifestation is woven into your destiny. Your wish is desire is the invitation, not the uncertainty. It is not a question, but a revelation. Think of desire as a messenger. It comes to you not to torment you with what you lack, but to awaken you to what you possess. It is the echo of a song already sung in the unseen, reminding you that you are not reaching for what is absent. You are remembering what is present. When you dismiss desire as impossible or far away, you close the door on that echo. But when you embrace it, when you say, yes, this belongs to me, you align with the reality it points toward. Notice how desire is deeply personal. What you long for may not stir another, yet for you it feels sacred, intimate, alive. That uniqueness is proof that your desires are tailored for you, designed to draw you into the fulfillment of your own life's path, Just as no two voices are the same, no two desires carry the same tone. What calls you is yours alone, and that calling is not without a destination. Desire is not a sign of lack but of possession. Imagine a seed in the earth. It presses upward not because it lacks life, but because life already burns within it. Your desire works in the same way. It presses on your consciousness. It refuses to let you rest because the reality of its fulfillment already exists. What you feel as longing is life trying to break through into form. This is why you cannot ignore the deepest desires of your heart. They are not distractions, nor are they empty fantasies. They are compasses, pulling you toward what is already prepared for you. You may doubt, you may delay, you may resist, but the desire will not leave because it is yours. The echo will continue until you give it permission to manifest. So when desire arises, do not treat it as random. See it as a sacred announcement, a declaration of what is written for you. Rest in the assurance that it is already accomplished, already complete in the unseen. Desire is the echo of ownership. It is not asking whether you can have it. It is reminding you that it is already yours. Your assumption is the magnet. Life does not respond to your wishes, your fears, or even your efforts, as much as it responds to what you assume to be true. Assumption is the quiet conviction that something already belongs to you. It is not begging, not hoping, not waiting, but resting in the feeling of already having. When you assume, you enter into the end state, and that end state becomes the magnet that draws circumstances, people, and opportunities into alignment with it. Consider how the mind works. Whatever you assume, the subconscious accepts as fact, and once accepted, it begins shaping your outer world to match. You need not strain to make it happen. The assumption carries its own power. Just as a seed does not struggle to become a tree but unfolds naturally because it contains the pattern within, so your assumption unfolds without resistance. You are not forcing life. You are simply holding the reality within you until it reveals itself outwardly. The reason assumption is magnetic is because it does not entertain doubt. When you truly assume, you close the door on all other possibilities. If a king assumes his throne, he does not question whether he is king. He lives and acts from that identity. If you assume wealth, health, love, or success, you no longer chase after them as though they are outside of you. You carry yourself as the one who already possesses them. And in that state, the outer world conforms. Rest is the key. Striving says, I do not yet have, but assumption says, it is done. When you rest in assumption, you stop resisting and start allowing. You cease to send out signals of lack and instead radiate the vibration of fulfillment. Life mirrors that vibration because the outer world has no choice but to reflect the inner world you persistently occupy. Think of assumption as wearing a garment. If you put on the coat of joy, the coat of love, the coat of abundance, and wear it consistently, soon others begin to treat you according to what you wear. Life responds to your inner clothing, not to your words alone. The assumption you wear long enough becomes flesh. This principle is why mere wishing does not work. Wishing implies distance, but assumption implies unity. When you wish, you separate yourself from what you want. But when you assume, you become one with it. That union is magnetic, and from it, manifestation flows naturally. You do not beg for the magnet to attract iron, it does so by its nature. So too, when you assume, you attract without struggle. Therefore, rest in the end. Imagine the wish fulfilled. Feel the relief of possession and live from that place. Do not check the soil every moment to see if the seed has grown. Trust the process, rest in the state, and allow the unseen forces to work on your behalf. Your assumption is the magnet, and once it is firmly held, it cannot fail to draw the reality of itself into your experience. The law of reflection governs every aspect of your life. The outer world is not independent of you. It is a mirror faithfully showing what you carry within. What you inwardly accept, whether in belief, in feeling, or in assumption, must eventually be reflected in the circumstances of your world. Just as a mirror cannot show you a face other than the one you present to it, life cannot show you an experience other than the one you present inwardly. This truth can be both liberating and unsettling. It is liberating because it means you hold the power to transform your reality by changing what you accept within. It is unsettling because it removes excuses. You can no longer blame fate, luck, or other people for what you experience. Everything begins in the inner chamber of your mind and heart. When you accept poverty, life reflects scarcity. When you accept abundance, life mirrors prosperity. When you accept love and worthiness, the world responds with relationships that honor you. The law does not bend to appearances. It bends to inner acceptance. Many try to change the mirror without changing their own face. They fight circumstances, resist conditions, or beg others to treat them differently, all while maintaining the same inner state. But the mirror has no choice. It reflects what is before it. To change the reflection, you must change the image. That change is not in the outer world, but in the secret place of your own consciousness. Your feelings are the clearest signals of what you have accepted. You may speak words of success while feeling defeat, and life will mirror the feeling rather than the words. You may pray for love while inwardly clinging to loneliness, and life will echo the loneliness until you release it. The mirror is impartial. It does not judge, it does not filter, it does not question, it simply reflects. This is why the practice of dwelling in the end is so powerful. When you inwardly accept the state of the wish fulfilled, when you assume the feeling of already having what you desire, you alter the image presented to the mirror. In time, the outer world must align, for it is bound to reflect what you consistently hold within. Think of the sun reflecting on still water. If the surface is calm, the reflection is clear. But if the water is restless, the reflection is distorted. In the same way, a restless, doubting mind produces distorted reflections, while a calm acceptance produces a faithful image. When you rest in certainty, life reflects certainty. When you dwell in peace, life mirrors peace. So do not fight the mirror. Do not attempt to wipe away the reflection without altering the source. Instead, look inward. Ask yourself, what am I truly accepting? What image am I holding? What feeling am I sustaining? For the outer world cannot help but answer. The law of reflection is perfect, unfailing, and impartial. Change within, and the world must change without. Effortless alignment is the secret rhythm of life. The moment you cease chasing, the very thing you long for finds its way to you. Chasing implies separation, a belief that what you desire is far away and must be hunted down. Yet in truth, what belongs to you is already connected to you, already bound to you by unseen cords. Your restless pursuit only pushes it further, while your stillness draws it nearer. Consider the hunter in the forest. The harder he chases, the more the prey flees. But when he sits quietly, when he becomes part of the silence, the forest reveals itself to him. In the same way, when you chase after your desires with fear and urgency, you drive them away. When you relax into faith and alignment, they appear before you. What you long for is not running from you. It is waiting for you to stop running from yourself. Effortless alignment comes when your inner state matches the reality you seek. The longing for love cannot bring love if inwardly you dwell in loneliness. The striving for abundance cannot bring wealth if inwardly you dwell in lack. But when you rest in the feeling of already being loved, already being abundant, you align with that state and life responds. The alignment itself is magnetic. It does not strain, it does not force, it simply allows. This is why surrender is so powerful. Surrender does not mean giving up, it means releasing the illusion of control. It means trusting that the life you envision is already unfolding and that your role is not to wrestle it into existence, but to allow it to reveal itself. The river does not struggle to reach the ocean, it flows naturally, carried by its own current. Your desires flow toward you in the same way when you stop building dams of resistance with doubt and worry. Chasing arises from the belief that you do not yet have. Alignment arises from the knowing that you already do. When you chase, you radiate lack. When you align, you radiate fulfillment. The world responds to your radiance, not your desperation. This is why so many find that when they finally let go, when they finally stop grasping, the very thing they wanted appears. It was not absent, it was waiting for the moment they became still enough to receive it. Imagine a magnet and a piece of iron. The magnet does not chase the iron, it rests in its nature, and by resting, it draws. So it is with you. Your nature, when aligned with your desire, exerts an invisible pull that brings it into form. The pull is effortless because it is natural. There is no force in alignment, only flow. So release the chase. Quiet your mind, soften your heart, and stand in the knowing that what you long for is already moving toward you. Let go of urgency, let go of strain, and rest in alignment. In that stillness, you will find that the universe has been waiting all along to deliver what is already yours. Rest in the end is the highest act of faith. To rest is to cease the restless questioning, the endless searching, the anxious striving, and to dwell as though the promise is already fulfilled. When you rest in the end, you no longer see desire and fulfillment as two separate things. They become one, for the desire itself is evidence that its fulfillment already exists. You are not waiting for it, you are living in it. The end is not some distant moment in the future. It is a state of being that you can enter now. To dwell in the end means to close your eyes and feel what it would be like if the wish were already accomplished. It means to step into the joy, the peace, the relief of possession, and to make that feeling your dwelling place. In that sacred state, you are not a seeker, but possessor. You are not asking, but receiving. You are not hoping, but knowing. When you rest in the end, the inner struggle dissolves. You no longer question how it will happen or when it will appear. You no longer measure time or count signs. You abide in the certainty that the seed is planted and that its fruit is inevitable. Just as a farmer rests after sowing, confident that the earth will do its work, so you too can rest in the assurance that life is bringing forth what you have accepted within. Resting in the end does not mean passivity. It means inspired activity. Out of that state of fulfillment, your actions are no longer desperate attempts to make something happen. They are natural expressions of the reality you have already assumed. When you rest in wealth, you carry yourself with confidence. When you rest in love, you radiate warmth and openness. When you rest in health, you live as one already whole. The outer world has no choice but to respond to the inner state you consistently occupy. Many fail to see their desires fulfilled because they remain in the beginning rather than the end. They rehearse the longing, the lack, the absence, and wonder why the fulfillment does not come. But the law is unchanging. What you dwell upon inwardly must manifest outwardly. To dwell in lack is to extend lack. To dwell in the end is to bring the end into being. Think of a book already written. If you are at the beginning, you may not yet know the outcome. But if you flip to the final page, you see how it concludes. To rest in the end is to live from that final page, knowing the outcome is secure. The journey between is only the unfolding of what is already complete. So rest. Enter the end with faith and imagination. Feel the wish fulfilled and let that be your resting place. Refuse to be moved by appearances. Refuse to be shaken by delay. For in truth, the end is not coming, it is already here, waiting for you to dwell in it. When you rest in the end, you discover the great secret. Desire and fulfillment are not two, they are one. When you understand this truth, life becomes less of a struggle and more of a flow. Relaxation is not weakness, it is strength. Desire is not random, it is your destiny calling. Assumption is not fantasy, it is the magnet that shapes reality. The world is only a mirror, faithfully reflecting what you carry within. And the moment you stop chasing and simply rest in the end, all that you seek finds its way to you. So I invite you now to live from that place of certainty, to breathe deeply, to release the tension, and to embrace the end as though it were already done. Because in truth, it is. Your role is not to fight, not to strive, not to beg, but to relax and receive what has always been yours. Thank you for listening, and may you rest in the assurance that what you seek is already seeking you. Beloved, you are not limited to one dream, one desire, or one expression of life. The power that creates worlds lives within you, and it knows no division. To manifest multiple things at once is not only possible, it is natural. For you are the operant power, and imagination is the only reality. Understand this. Every desire springs from the same source, your inner world. Just as countless fruits grow from a single tree, so do countless manifestations flow from the one invisible power within you. There is no struggle, no competition, and no conflict. Each desire belongs to you by divine right, waiting only for your assumption of its reality. You do not manifest by labor or by effort, but by inner acceptance. What you inwardly assume to be true must clothe itself in the garments of the outer world. If you desire health, wealth, love, and success, you need not choose one over the other. Instead, dwell in the feeling of each as though already fulfilled. Imagine the conversations you would have if you were already wealthy. Feel the warmth of love if your relationship were already perfect. Experience the peace of health restored. Each state lives within you, awaiting your recognition. Do not concern yourself with how or when these desires will unfold. The how is not your work, the unseen power arranges that. Your work is simply to rest in the end, to feel natural in the state of fulfillment. When you can close your eyes and live as though your desires are already yours, you have planted the seed. And just as seeds sprout in their own time, so too will your manifestations blossom. Sometimes one by one, sometimes all together. Many ask, but can I truly manifest many things at once? I tell you, yes. For in imagination, you are not bound by time, space, or order. You can be loved, wealthy, successful, and healthy simultaneously, because in the unseen world, all things already exist. You are merely aligning yourself with the version of you who already has them. Release doubt. Do not measure your progress by the outer world, for appearances often lag behind the inner acceptance. Trust the unseen more than what the senses tell you. When the outer world contradicts your desire, remind yourself, the unseen is the real, the visible is only the shadow. And above all, let your desires harmonize. They are not at war with one another, they flow together, forming the perfect expression of the life you are meant to live. Wealth does not exclude love. Health does not exclude success. Joy does not exclude peace. All can be yours because all already are yours in imagination. So tonight, begin to live from the end. Enter into the joy of desires fulfilled. Walk as though you are already the person who has it all. The moment you accept this inner truth, the outer world has no choice but to mirror it back to you. For you are the creator of your reality, and creation is finished. Everything you seek already exists within. Dare to assume it, rest in it, and watch as multiple desires spring forth into your life effortlessly, harmoniously, and beautifully. GPT said, all that you desire, every vision, every dream, and every longing of your heart springs from a single source. There is not one power for wealth, another for health, another for love, and still another for success. There is only one invisible power, the imagination within you, and it is the fountain from which all things flow. Just as countless rays of light radiate from a single sun, so too do countless manifestations come forth from your inner reality. To recognize this truth is to free yourself from confusion and division, for you will no longer wonder how to call forth multiple desires. You will understand that all expressions are born of the same essence. This one power does not limit itself. It does not ration its abundance or measure out what you are allowed to receive. The limitation arises only when you believe the source is scattered, when you think love must come from one place, wealth from another, and health from yet another. But when you realize the source is one, you begin to see that every manifestation is already yours, waiting for you to claim it in imagination. You can have the fullness of life because you already carry the completeness of life within you. Think of the ocean. From it, countless waves rise and fall, each with its own form and rhythm. Yet no matter how many waves appear, they all belong to the one sea. Your desires are the waves, but the source is the ocean of your imagination. Some waves may be large and majestic, others small and subtle, but each arises effortlessly from the same depth. When you acknowledge that one ocean gives rise to all waves, you no longer doubt whether another desire can come to pass. You know it is inevitable, for it belongs to the same flow. This invisible power is not something distant, outside, or separate from you. It is your very own imagination, your inner ability to accept a state as real, to see beyond appearances and rest in the unseen. When you imagine yourself in possession of your desire and feel the reality of it, you are calling it forth from the one source. You are not asking or begging something outside to grant it. You are simply recognizing what already exists in seed form within. And when you grasp this truth, you realize that manifesting multiple things at once is natural. Just as a tree does not produce only one fruit and stop, your imagination does not create one manifestation and then exhaust itself. It continues to bring forth abundance because its source is infinite. You are not limited to a single dream. You can enjoy love and wealth, health and peace, success and joy, all together, because they are simply different expressions of the same inner reality. To live with this awareness is to rest in confidence. You no longer need to divide your mind, worrying that one desire might cancel another. Instead, you allow each to unfold in harmony, knowing all are sustained by the one invisible power within you. When you trust this, your life becomes an effortless dance of manifestations, each flowing from the same unshakable source. The great secret of creation lies in assumption. Whatever you accept as true within yourself, whatever you inwardly take possession of, must one day appear in your outer world. The law is exact, and it does not fail. Life does not respond to what you merely hope for, nor to what you idly wish for. It responds to what you assume, to the state you inwardly occupy as real. The invisible world of imagination is the only cause, and the visible world is its inevitable effect. To assume is to claim inwardly that something is already yours. It is to step beyond desire and move into fulfillment. The moment you say to yourself, I am, instead of I want to be, you are living by the law of assumption. The outer world, which often seems so fixed and immovable, has no choice but to rearrange itself according to the inner reality you now hold. It cannot resist because it has no life of its own. It is a shadow, a mirror, a reflection of what you carry within. This law is not bound by logic, reason, or circumstance. The senses may scream otherwise, appearances may deny it, and yet if you remain faithful to the assumption, the outer world must conform. It does not matter how impossible the desire seems. The world does not create your assumption. Your assumption creates the world. You are always assuming something, whether consciously or unconsciously, and life is always reflecting it back to you. To master this law is to take conscious control of what you allow yourself to accept as true. Consider the difference between one who longs for wealth and one who assumes wealth as their reality. The one who longs continues to confirm lack by saying, I want, I need, I hope. The one who assumes quietly rests in the feeling, I am prosperous, I am provided for. The law has no choice but to clothe that assumption in visible form. It may come through unexpected means, surprising paths, or in ways beyond calculation, but it must come. The assumption, once accepted, is self-fulfilling. The key is persistence. A fleeting thought or a passing daydream is not assumption. True assumption is dwelling in the end, living in the state of the wish fulfilled until it feels natural. When you assume something long enough, it ceases to feel like imagination and becomes your inner reality. At that point, the outer world begins to echo it without resistance. This is why you must guard your assumptions carefully. If you assume failure, you will see failure. If you assume rejection, you will meet rejection. But if you assume love, success, and health, those must appear, for the law makes no distinction between good or bad, wanted or unwanted. It only reflects Therefore, dare to assume the highest and noblest for yourself. Refuse to bow to appearances and claim the truth of your desire inwardly, here and now. As you persist, the unseen will solidify into the seen, and what you once held only in imagination will stand before you as fact. This is the certainty of the law of assumption. What you accept as true within must reveal itself without. To live in the end is to step into the reality of your desire before it takes shape in the outer world. It is to bypass the waiting, the hoping, the striving, and instead dwell in the inner knowing that it is already accomplished. This is not daydreaming or wishful thinking. It is a deliberate act of consciousness, a shift in identity from the one who seeks to the one who has found. When you live as though your desire is already fulfilled, you align yourself with the version of reality in which it is fact, and that alignment inevitably calls it forth into manifestation. Every desire you hold exists now in unseen form. Creation is finished and nothing new is being made. You are simply moving into awareness of that which already is. When you imagine yourself at the end, experiencing the joy of the wish fulfilled, you are claiming that version of yourself as real. The senses may deny it, the world may contradict it, but when you remain faithful to the end, the outer must conform. It is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. Living in the end does not mean ignoring the present or forcing yourself to deny what is. It means that inwardly, you rest in the feeling of completion. For instance, if you desire love, you do not dwell in the loneliness of, I want to be loved. You dwell in the warmth, gratitude, and satisfaction of already being cherished. If you desire financial abundance, you do not live in the anxiety of lack. Instead, you carry yourself as one already secure, already free, already provided for. By dwelling in these inner states, you set into motion the outer reflection. The imagination is the workshop of creation. Each time you close your eyes and step into the scene that implies your desire fulfilled, you are rehearsing reality. If you do it with conviction and feeling, the line between imagination and fact begins to blur. The inner world grows so vivid that the outer must bend to match it. It is the law of consciousness. What you accept as true within yourself hardens into fact without. The secret is persistence and naturalness. At first, the state of the wish fulfilled may feel like a fantasy, but the more you return to it, the more it becomes familiar, and soon it feels natural. Once it feels natural, manifestation is inevitable, for reality always follows the path of least resistance. It must outpicture the inner state that feels most normal to you. That is why those who persist in living in the end are never disappointed. They are simply claiming what already belongs to them, knowing that nothing can withhold it once assumed. To live in the end is the ultimate act of faith. It is to say, though the world has not yet shown me my desire, I will walk as though it has, because in truth it already has. This inner conviction transforms the way you speak, act, and carry yourself. You radiate completion, and life mirrors that wholeness back to you. So live now in the joy of fulfillment, and the outer world will unfold itself to prove you right. The secret to effortless manifestation lies in naturalness. When something feels natural to you, it requires no strain, no effort, and no constant reminder. It simply is. To manifest your desires, you must bring them into this same realm of ease, where they feel ordinary, familiar, and already yours. Desire fulfilled should not feel like a distant dream or an impossible miracle. It should feel like the most natural state of being, as though life could not be any other way. Forcing a desire only creates resistance. When you push, when you try to make it happen by effort or willpower, you affirm its absence. You are declaring that it is not yet yours, that you must struggle to obtain it. True creation does not work this way. All manifestation flows from assumption. An assumption requires a quiet acceptance, not a frantic chase. The more you relax into the feeling of having, the faster it takes root within you. Naturalness is the sign that the seed has been planted deeply. Think of the things you already possess in life. Do you struggle to believe in them? Do you wake up each morning reminding yourself that you have a home, or that you can breathe, or that you are alive? No, these things are natural. You take them for granted because they are a part of your reality. In the same way, when you take your desires for granted, when you live as though they are no longer wishes but simple facts, you have reached the state of naturalness. And once you dwell there, manifestation becomes inevitable. To reach this state, you must train your imagination. In quiet moments, step into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Not with tension, but with ease. Let it be simple. Imagine the scene that implies its fulfillment, and instead of straining to believe, relax into it. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the calm assurance of already having what you desire. At first, it may feel unfamiliar, even forced, but with repetition, the state begins to settle, and soon it becomes second nature. What was once a dream transforms into the most natural thing in the world. The key is to let go of the struggle. You do not need to figure out the how or the when. Those belong to the unseen power that arranges all things. Your only work is to feel the end as natural now. When you carry yourself with that quiet confidence, life bends to meet you. Others will respond to you as though your desire were already fulfilled. Opportunities will align and circumstances will fall into place, not because you forced them, but because you embodied the state. Naturalness is the evidence of faith. It is the sign that you have moved beyond hoping and into knowing. When your desire feels as natural as the rising sun, as ordinary as breathing, it must appear, for the outer world has no choice but to reflect the inner conviction. So do not force, do not struggle. Simply rest in the simplicity of already having, and let life mirror back to you the natural state you have claimed within. To rest in the invisible is to anchor yourself in the unseen reality of your imagination rather than the shifting evidence of the senses. The outer world is a shadow, a delayed reflection of inner states. If you make appearances your guide, you will always be tossed about by doubt, fear, and contradiction. But when you learn to trust the invisible, when you know that the unseen assumption is more real than what your eyes behold, you step into the true power of creation. Everything visible today was once invisible. Every invention, every home, every relationship, every achievement existed first as an idea, as an unseen vision in the mind of one who dared to believe in it. The world you now experience is nothing but crystallized imagination. To look only at appearances is to look at the past, for what is visible now is merely the outpicturing of what was once assumed within. To change your life, you must not fight appearances, but rest in the invisible reality that already holds your desire fulfilled. This rest is not laziness or neglect. It is a calm assurance, a quiet knowing that the unseen is working in your favor. The moment you assume the state of the wish fulfilled, it is done. The invisible world has accepted it. The outer must follow in its time. But if you grow restless, doubting because the senses show no change, you uproot the seed before it can sprout. Patience is not passive, it is confidence in the unseen. Imagine planting a seed in the soil. You do not dig it up each day to check if it is growing. You trust the unseen process beneath the surface. In the same way, when you rest in the invisible, you stop checking appearances for proof. You stop doubting because the outer has not yet rearranged itself. You know the rearrangement is inevitable, for the inner state is already established. Just as the seed must grow into a tree, your assumption must grow into fact. This trust in the invisible frees you from anxiety. You no longer need to chase, struggle, or force circumstances. You know the power that shapes worlds is already at work, unseen but unstoppable. The outer world may appear stubborn, unchanged, even hostile to your desire, but you remain unmoved, for you have seen the truth within, and you know it is greater than any shadow of doubt. When you live this way, the outer begins to shift in ways you could never predict. Doors open, people change, opportunities align, and life rearranges itself to reflect the unseen assumption you held. The law cannot fail. What is established within must manifest without. So rest in the invisible. Trust the unseen more than the seen, the inner more than the outer, the eternal more than the temporary. Appearances will catch up, but they are not your guide. Your guide is the invisible reality you carry in imagination. Hold to it with quiet faith, and soon the outer world will bow to the inner truth you dared to rest in. In truth, there is no limit to what you can manifest, for all things come from the one invisible power within you. By assuming your desires as already fulfilled, by resting in the unseen, by making the feeling of your wish natural, and by trusting the harmony of life, you allow multiple blessings to unfold at once. You are the creator of your world, and as you live from the end, the outer must mirror the richness you carry within. Remember, creation is finished. Your only task is to claim it in imagination and let it flow effortlessly into form. Thank you for listening, and may you walk each day in the joy of fulfillment, knowing that everything you seek is already yours. Beloved, hear this truth. God said, "Don't look for work, for the kingdom of heaven is not found in striving, in searching, in knocking upon doors as though you are a beggar in your own house. The truth is far greater. Creation is finished. All that you seek has already been prepared from the foundation of the world. Your task is not to look but to see, not to chase but to assume. When a man seeks for work, he affirms lack. He cries, 'I do not have, therefore I must find.' But the law of life answers him according to his state. The one who assumes employment, who feels within himself the dignity of already being placed, will find the world rearranging itself to match his assumption. You do not get what you want, you get what you are conscious of being. Consider this. When a seed is planted, the farmer does not dig it up daily, searching for proof. He rests, knowing that what is buried in faith must break forth in form. So it is with you. Stop searching outwardly, for to search is to deny. Instead, enter the inner chamber of imagination. There, claim your desire as though it were already fact. Clothe yourself in the feeling of being employed, prosperous, and useful. As you persist, the unseen hand of God arranges the visible world to reflect your inner conviction. Do not run after shadows. Stand in the light. God's command is rest, not struggle. He whispers, "Be still and know." The work is not in the streets, nor in the offices, nor in the endless search for opportunity. The work is within. Align yourself with the state desired, and the world will conform. So when you hear the words, "Don't look for work," understand their meaning. Do not run about as one who has nothing. Rather, assume within that you already possess all things. Let gratitude fill your being. Let the feeling of answered prayer rest upon you like a garment. Then watch as doors swing open, not because you forced them, but because you already walked through them in imagination. Remember this: God never told you to search. He told you to believe. He told you to assume. He told you to rest. For when you rest in fulfillment, the world cannot help but echo your inner reality. Therefore, beloved, don't look for work. Look within. And in the stillness of assumption, you will discover that the work has already found you. Creation is finished. This is the great secret that frees man from endless struggle. All that you long for, all that you dream of, all that you imagine possible is not waiting to be created. It already exists in the eternal. Life is not about inventing or making something new. It is about aligning with what already is. You do not bring your desires into being. You simply tune yourself to the reality where they are already fulfilled. When you understand this, you no longer chase, strive, or labor as though the world is withholding something from you. You realize that the very desire in your heart is proof of its existence in the unseen. Desire is not a sign of lack. It is a sign of what is already prepared for you. Just as a radio does not create music, but tunes itself to the station broadcasting it, so you do not create your desire, you align yourself with its frequency in consciousness. The moment you occupy the state of the wish fulfilled, you are in harmony with that reality, and the outer world must shift to reflect it. Most people live as seekers. They chase opportunities, they run after relationships, they beg for recognition, yet all their seeking confirms only that they do not have. In the state of lack, life continues to mirror emptiness back to them. But the awakened one knows the truth. To seek is to be blind, but to assume is to see. When you accept that creation is finished, you stop asking how and when, for you know it is already so. The only task is to align inwardly, to feel the reality of the thing desired, until it is more real to you than the facts of the outer world. This alignment is not forced effort, it is not exhausting labor, it is a gentle shift of awareness, a surrender into knowing. To assume your desire fulfilled is to rest in it, to wear it as naturally as you wear your own skin. When you feel yourself already there, already wealthy, already loved, already healthy, the world bends around your conviction. It must, for the world is nothing but a mirror of your inner state. Creation being finished means there are infinite versions of you, infinite paths, infinite outcomes, all existing now. You are not waiting for life to give you your desire. Life is waiting for you to choose it. The choice is made in consciousness, not by effort, not by struggle, not by chasing. You choose by assuming, by accepting, by feeling. Once chosen, that version of reality begins to unfold before you. not by chance but by law. So stop running as though the treasure is far away. It is already here, already yours, already complete. Align with it in imagination, live in the end, and trust that the finished creation will reveal itself in time. This is freedom. To know you need not chase what is already done, but simply align with it and let it appear. State of being, not doing, is the secret of manifestation. Too often men and women believe that by multiplying actions, by filling their days with endless activity, they will reach the fulfillment of their dreams. Yet the truth is this: no amount of outward effort can bring you what you inwardly deny. The outer world is not moved by your struggle. It is moved by your state of consciousness. Your being, not your doing, determines the reality you experience. Every action springs from a state of consciousness. A poor man and a wealthy man may take the same action, but the results differ, because one acts from lack and the other from abundance. It is not the act itself that creates the outcome, but the state from which the act flows. When your state is aligned with your desire, your smallest act carries power. When your state is misaligned, even your greatest efforts crumble. This is why many labor day and night, yet reap little, while others in ease attract doors that open of themselves. To live from being is to embody inwardly the truth of what you seek before evidence appears. If you desire love, you must first assume yourself to be loved. If you desire success, you must first feel successful. You do not wait for the outer proof, you become it in consciousness now. From this state, natural actions follow, doors open and events unfold without strain. It seems effortless because the outer world is simply echoing what you have already accepted within. Doing without being is like sowing seeds on barren soil. No matter how much you scatter, nothing grows, for the ground itself is not prepared. Being, however, is fertile soil. Once you inhabit this state, the smallest seed of action blossoms. Life conspires to support you because you are no longer contradicting yourself. Your inner conviction and outer behavior move in harmony. Consider the actor who must become his role before stepping onto the stage. He does not simply memorize lines, he inhabits the character. In the same way, you must inhabit the state of your desire. Once you become it, life itself becomes your stage and circumstances will rise to play their part. The world teaches you to strive, to chase, to earn, to prove. Yet the law of life says otherwise. Change your state, and the doing will take care of itself. From the right state, even inaction is fruitful, for the right people and events are drawn to you. From the wrong state, even frantic effort ends in frustration. Therefore, shift your focus from doing to being. Ask not, what should I do, but who must I be? Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Dwell in that inner reality until it feels natural. From this ground of being, every action you take will be effective, every step guided, and every outcome aligned with your vision. For it is not your doing but your being that shapes the world around you. The law of consciousness declares that your outer world is nothing more than a reflection of the state you occupy within yourself. Life does not bring to you what you wish for with words, nor what you plead for with effort, but only what you accept as true of yourself. Consciousness is the cause, and the world is its effect. To change the effect, you must alter the cause. You do not fight with shadows, you turn your attention to the light that casts them. Every condition you see around you, is born of an unseen assumption within. If you live in a state of lack, life cannot help but mirror scarcity. If you dwell in fear, circumstances will rise to justify your fear. If you live in joy, abundance and harmony will appear without strain. It is never the outer event that governs your destiny. It is always your inner state. The world is a faithful servant, obedient to the command of your consciousness, whether or not you are aware of the commands you are giving. Many believe themselves victims of chance, blaming fate, luck, or other people for their condition, yet this belief itself is a state of consciousness, and life will continue to supply evidence of it. To the one who feels powerless, more situations of powerlessness appear. To the one who feels rejected, more rejection comes. This is not punishment, but law. Just as a mirror cannot reflect anything but what stands before it, so life cannot display anything but what you are conscious of being. The beauty of this law is that it grants you full authorship of your life. If you dislike what you see, you do not curse the mirror, you change the image you present to it. When you assume a new state, the world reorganizes to reflect it. If you desire wealth, occupy the state of wealth in imagination. Feel its security, its freedom, its dignity. The outer world, though slow to catch up at times, will inevitably echo your assumption. If you desire love, embody love. Do not wait for someone to bring it to you. Be the one who is already loved. And the world will reveal partners, friends, and opportunities that match your inner reality. This law also explains why effort alone often fails. A man may work tirelessly, but if inwardly he remains poor in self-expression, his efforts only reinforce the state he occupies. Another, with far less effort, may flourish simply because he inwardly sees himself as successful. The difference is not in the doing, but in the being. Therefore, guard your consciousness with all diligence. What you consent to within will eventually harden into fact without. Do not be deceived by appearances, for they are only past states made visible. Instead, dwell upon the state you wish to see expressed. Persist in it until it feels natural, and soon the mirror of life will reflect it back to you with perfect accuracy. The law of consciousness is unchanging, impartial, and certain. It does not ask whether your assumption is good or bad, wise or foolish. It simply reflects. Your task is to choose wisely what you occupy within, knowing that your inner state is the seed from which your entire world blossoms. Don't seek, assume. This is the turning point between living as a beggar and living as a creator. To seek is to stand outside your desire, declaring silently that you do not yet have it. Every search affirms the absence of the very thing you want. You say, I must look for love, for wealth, for success, and life, being a mirror, answers back, yes, you are looking because you do not have. But assumption speaks a different language. To assume is to declare possession. It is to inwardly take the end as already yours, to walk in the reality of fulfillment before the evidence has appeared. Seeking belongs to those who believe they are separate from what they desire. They think it lies far off in the future or in the hands of someone else. They knock on doors, chase opportunities, and plead for circumstances to change. Yet all the while, their inner state is one of emptiness. Life, responding faithfully, keeps them in the role of seeker. They become like the thirsty man chasing a mirage in the desert. The more he seeks, the further away the water seems. Assumption, however, is resting in the truth that creation is finished. You do not search for what already belongs to you. You simply claim it inwardly and live as though it were already fact. To assume love is to feel loved now, to walk with the quiet confidence of one who is cherished. To assume wealth is to carry yourself with the dignity and security of one who already possesses it. To assume health is to move, breathe, and think as the healthy do. From this inner conviction, life reshapes itself to reflect the state you have claimed. This is why assumption is effortless while seeking is exhausting. Seeking keeps you running in circles, always striving, but never arriving. Assumption allows you to rest, for you know it is already done. The energy you once spent chasing, you now spend dwelling in the end, savoring the inner reality until it becomes more real to you than appearances. And appearances, by law, must then rearrange themselves. Think of a role an actor plays. He does not run about searching for the character. He steps into the assumption of already being that character. His posture, voice, and actions naturally flow from the state he occupies. Likewise, when you assume the state of your desire, your outer actions flow without strain, and opportunities arise naturally. You are no longer forcing, you are being. To seek is to doubt. To assume is to believe. Seeking says, I hope one day it will be mine. Assumption says, it is mine now. One affirms separation, the other affirms unity. Life always sides with assumption, for consciousness is the only reality. Therefore, stop searching as though you are empty. Enter into assumption as though you are full. Wear the feeling of fulfillment until it becomes natural, and the world will echo it. For to seek is to wait, but to assume is to have. Effortless manifestation is the natural outcome of imagination held with conviction. Life was never meant to be a battlefield where you wrestle circumstances into submission. Struggle arises only when you believe that outer conditions have power over you. But when you understand that the outer world is only a reflection of inner conviction, the need to fight disappears. You do not bend reality with force, you guide it with imagination. You do not compel others by argument, you compel them by the silent certainty of your inner state. Imagination is the creative power of the universe expressing itself through you. When you imagine with conviction, you are not daydreaming, you are selecting the state in which you choose to dwell. That state, once assumed, radiates outward, drawing to itself everything necessary for its fulfillment. Just as a magnet silently attracts iron without effort, so your inner conviction silently attracts the events, people, and opportunities that correspond with it. This is why manifestation feels effortless when rightly understood. You are not adding something new to creation, for creation is already finished. Every outcome already exists in potential. By imagining with conviction, you simply claim the outcome that belongs to the state you occupy. Once claimed, the world reshapes itself to reveal what you have accepted. You do not push the river, you allow it to carry you. Effortless does not mean inactive. It means your actions flow naturally from the state you have assumed, without the strain of forcing results. When you imagine wealth with conviction, you begin to move, speak, and think like one who is wealthy. This natural shift draws the outer resources into place. When you imagine love with conviction, you radiate the confidence and warmth of one who is already loved, and the world reflects it back. These actions are not forced. They arise spontaneously, without struggle, because they are in harmony with your inner conviction. Struggle enters only when doubt persists. If you imagine briefly, but then return to fear, you are like one who plants a seed, but digs it up each day to check if it grows. No harvest can come from such restlessness. But if you imagine with conviction, if you persist until the state feels natural, then manifestation unfolds with ease. The world cannot resist the pull of a firmly held assumption. Think of the effortless growth of a tree. The seed does not strain to become, it simply unfolds from within. In the same way, when you assume your desire as already real, life unfolds it without struggle. The right people arrive, doors open, and circumstances arrange themselves as if by coincidence, but it is no coincidence, it is law. Therefore, let your imagination be steady and certain. Rest in the end, knowing that what you imagine with conviction is already yours. Do not strive, do not chase, do not doubt. Simply persist in the inner reality until it becomes the only reality you know. Then watch as life without strain reveals what was always waiting for you. Beloved, the message is clear. Stop chasing shadows. Stop exhausting yourself in the search for what is already yours. God did not say to struggle. He did not say to beg. He did not say to wander endlessly in search of answers. He said to rest, to assume, to live in the end as though it were already so. For creation is finished, and your only task is to align with the state of your fulfilled desire. When you seek, you affirm lack. When you assume, you affirm possession. When you struggle, you delay. When you rest, you receive. Life is not a test of effort, but a revelation of faith. It reflects not your words, but your inner conviction, not your actions alone, but the state from which your actions spring. Therefore, walk as one who already has, speak as one whose prayer is already answered, feel as one who is already complete. And the world will mirror your conviction with perfect faithfulness, for it can do nothing else. So I leave you with this truth. God said, don't look for work, look within, assume the end, rest in fulfillment, and allow life to reveal what was already prepared for you. Thank you for listening, and may you walk in the ease and certainty of knowing that what you seek is already yours.